As much as I think about it, DreamWorks is an extremely underrated animation studio. Sure, they can just make absolute garbage films. I'm looking at you, Shark Tale. I never want to watch you again. Many of us can forget that DreamWorks can actually make good movies. And to be honest, a lot of their good content are from their franchises. The Shrek movies were good, excluding the horrible third one and the Puss in Boots spin-off, which was okay. Yes, I actually liked Shrek Forever After. Don't cancel me, please. The Kung Fu Panda movies were heartwarming and also fun at the same time. And the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy was a masterpiece. When DreamWorks is devoted to something, they actually try and they spend all their time to create these masterpieces. And then there's Madagascar, the other DreamWorks franchise, which I think we can all agree is definitely not as good as the other one, even though the film's making over $2 billion in box office revenue. I wouldn't say any of them are animated disasters, though none of them are great, to be honest. These movies don't have deep stories, emotional moments, or interesting characters just like the other franchises do. They focus mainly on slapstick and humor rather than story. So today I'm going to be talking about the first Madagascar movie, which is definitely a movie that exists. Madagascar is a DreamWorks movie made in 2005. The movie is about zoo animals getting out of the zoo and going to Madagascar. You have Alex the lion, voiced by Ben Stiller, who is basically the main character of the story. You have Marty the zebra, voiced by Chris Rock. You have Melman the giraffe, who has like a disease or something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Then there's Gloria the hippo. Both Gloria and Melman don't really add anything to the story. They're just there. Oh wait, did I forget to mention the absolute best characters of the franchise? The penguins. They honestly are the least important characters of the entire movie, but they're just so hilarious. Alright, let's actually get into the plot. So Alex, Marty, Melman, and Gloria are living in the Manhattan Zoo. But after penguins tell Marty about their plans to escape the zoo and go into Antarctica, Marty wants to go into the wild. But Alex doesn't want to go into the wild. He has steak and free room service in the zoo. But Marty doesn't care, so I think he kind of like escaped. It's kind of weird how little security the zoo has. Like the animals can just jump over the fences or whatever. When Alex finds out that Marty escaped, he, Gloria, and Melvin just, I guess, escaped too. Gloria just kind of just jumps into the wall and breaks it. So all the animals escape. Man, this zoo has very poor security. Then there's this montage showing Marty, Alex, Gloria, and Melman just exploring New York, and it's pretty fun if it was about the animals just going into the city and exploring it while the humans are trying to like capture them. But the movie has to get to Madagascar, the name of the movie. There's also this old granny who's just beating the heck out of Alex for entirely no reason. So the gang find Marty, but it's already too late and the police are here. There's this funny sequence where the police are just surrounding the animals. Alex is trying to communicate with them, but since, animals can't talk to humans, the cops don't understand him. So the police just throws one animal control guy to like shoot the animals, and Alex is just like trying to like comfort him, but the guy's just terrified. So the animal control guy finally shoots Alex, and Alex has this weird hallucination scene, which I thought was pretty funny. Okay, so the animals wake up in crates on a docking ship, which is transferring them to Kenya. But the penguins escape and have this whole sequence where they're just knocking out the crew members and taking control of the ship. While this happens, Alex, Marty, Gloria, and Melman gets dropped out of the ship and flows into the ocean. Alex lands on the beach on an island, and he finds the others. It's kind of funny how they set up the scene where Alex looks out of the crate and sees the waves just pushing his friends the opposite direction of him. And the whole movie was just going to be about finding them. But nope, 5 minutes later and they're all back together. And they're in Madagascar, the title of the movie. To be honest, this is the part of the movie where it just loses me a little bit, where there's just no plot. So Alex is mad at Marty, and they go exploring into the forest to try to find people. Instead, they find lemurs, these creatures from Madagascar. In the movie, they're just brainless little animals that just party all day, and they're just conveniently there with Alex and the other animals. The lemurs are led by King Julian, who's just like there. I don't really have anything to say about him. He's just like a slapstick character that could be funny at some time. Who has a personal advisor, Maurice, who is like the only character in the species that actually has half a brain cell. Then there's Mort, the screaming child, who's actually pretty funny, to be honest. So the lemurs are partying, but oh no, Fusas are trying to eat them. But Alex scares them away. So the lemurs now 100% trust the animals they literally just met. Except for Maurice. Maurice is the only smart person. Alex does the whole your side, my side thing with Marty on the beach. But since Alex sucks at survival, they become friends once again in like 5 minutes. But the movie needs problems. So now Alex has like a hunger hallucination that everyone is steak. So now Alex is trying to eat everybody. Man, Will Smith really should have played Alex. It would have made the whole trying to eat Marty sequence more realistic. You know, because Marty is like played by Chris Rock, and I'm just gonna stop. The What a Wonderful World sequence was actually pretty hilarious. Alex solitudes himself near the Fusas because he doesn't want to like hurt anybody. But the penguins are back. They navigated an entire docking ship like across the ocean. But they can't leave Alex behind. So Marty goes and confronts Alex alone by himself. He has a heart-to-heart with Alex, but it doesn't seem to have worked. Then the Fusas start attacking Marty. The others save Marty and start fighting the Fusas. Then Alex comes and saves the day, even though the team wasn't even losing in the first place. And he defeats the Fusas and saves the day. The movie ends with Alex eating sushi for the first time. And the team goes back on the docking ship, and it turns out it's not working. Alright, so that was Madagascar, and to be honest, I thought it was fine. The first half was fun, and the jokes were actually pretty good. Even though the characters didn't have like deep stories, I still thought that some of them could be pretty hilarious. Yes, the plot can be messy, and it can be pretty boring at some parts, but I would still rate this movie a 6.5 out of 10.